So that is it. Done. Dusted. Donegal are going to be in Croke Park.
Yeah. And very interesting to see what happens at Congress. I think they're obliged to change the rule now. It was always going to be difficult, given that the rule was set in stone, to turn this around at short notice. It was always going to happen at Croke Park, I think. But the fact that the issue's now been raised, discussed, everybody kind of agrees it's not really fair that Dublin do get 2 Super 8 games in Croke Park. I think there is an onus in the GA to sort this out over the winter.
Well, Donegal did raise the point of whether or not Croke Park is Dublin's home ground, and the GEA came back with, well, actually, no, it's not their home ground. They ask us to use it. They rent it, as anybody can do. Like, where does that end?
Come on, though.
So Mayo don't like playing at McHale Park. The pitch is a right state. They obviously have a very good record at Croke Park. Next year, do they go, actually, you know what? For some of our home qualifiers, we'll play them in Croke Park.
No team is going to do that. Mayo are not going to drag their fans from Mayo all the way to Dublin.
Just saying.
No. Well, let's talk seriously for a second.
Just saying.
If this conversation is going off in a, but is it their home ground kind of a tone, then we're in big trouble. Like, let's just be realistic. It is their home ground. Croke Park is their home ground.
But
that
the
is
GA
their home
have
game.
quite literally said today it's not their home ground.
If we're being realistic, does this mean they will
The
play
GA
at
have
Parnell
said
Park
that.
next?
The GA have said that as a serious point.
Yes, it's not their home ground.
Did the GA
They rent Croke Park.
I didn't see that today.
So,
Well, I mean, who are they kidding there if they're saying that? Did they? Did they say that?
but it's not their home ground.
It is their home ground.
We all understand that they play all
literally
their
is not.
games
We have a
there.
statement in the real world here.
But whether or not you think that,
No,
and
sorry,
what
the
the
world
GA
thinks
think.
that. It's just clear. Well, if that's the case, just stick them in Parnell Park then until the Super 8s from now on and see how
would there
all
be
the
a
fans
problem
like
with playing these games in Parnell Park and just restrict it to 12,000, 10, 12,000? We obviously lose out on a lot of money. Which, as Colin Keyes was on the Saturday panel last week saying, ultimately this money does go somewhere. Everyone wants to see stadiums redeveloped. How did the GEA raise the money for stadium redevelopment? By packing 60,000 dubs into Croke Park.
Nobody has a problem with Dublin playing the vast majority of their games at Croke Park. It's their de facto home. But for the Super 8s, let's all be realistic and fair about this. And Dublin playing 2 games at Croke Park isn't fair. It's a very easy fix. You just change it very easy. And you give the team that they're playing against the option of playing in Croke Park. You say to Donegal, our chosen neutral venue is Clonus, or you can play them at Croke Park if you want your day out in Croke Park, and it's done, and it's easy, and it's clean.
Do you think Dublin should be allowed to train at Croke Park? If it's their home ground?
Yes. I've no issue with that.
Do they train at Croke Park all that often anyway?
No.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They wouldn't, but they don't. But if it was their home ground,
Alan Brogan was sort
surely
of
they
arguing
would be entitled
at
to
the
play at
weekend.
Croke Park whenever they want.
Alan Brogan was arguing at the weekend it wasn't really their home ground because, you know, it's not like, you know, they can go and kick frees in Croke Park on a Tuesday night the way that James O'Donoghue does down in Tralee, you know.
Anyway, it's done and dusted. All the fixtures are set for the rest of the summer. We can come back to this at Congress. We'll send you to Congress, Joe, just to make sure everything is
Well, if I'm at Congress and they're making the argument that Parnell Park is Dublin's home ground, then like,
I will not sit there in silence.
just want
I will not stand for this.